Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to another interesting and important topic. If you were to ask me how would I rate today's session, I think among all those 5 days, I think today is the most important one. So do pay attention. If you want to make notes, make lots of them. Or if you just want to watch this video more than once, more than twice, please feel free to do that. But please make sure you understand everything that has been spoken. Because if you're able to get this right, if you're able to lay this right, everything else falls into place. Everything else falls into place. All right, good. Now before we begin the topic, if you have watched our introduction video, we would have spoken about the 4 pillars of B.F.I.T: mindset training, habit creation, guided fitness coaching, and community support. And if you really closely watch them, they are actually divided into mind, body, and community or social, right? But in these 5 days, we're going to focus more on the mind and the body, which is basically the first three pillars: mindset training, habit creation, and the guided fitness coaching. All right. So those are the three things that we will be focusing on these 5 days. So before we begin, let me share the screen. All right, great. So as I said, this session is important, and let me tell you what you're going to take home. Your take home is going to be two things. You're going to have clarity. You're going to really understand two important aspects of uh, your purpose and the goal. All right. The reason why we have chosen this particular topic is because all of us set goals. All of us have some kind of a destination that we want to reach. We have resolutions. We have done a lot of things, but we fail. All right. When it's been analyzed, when it's been studied about these behavior patterns, especially when it comes to fitness, it's simple. Most of us do not know what is why, or they don't even understand why is it so important to have a purpose or a drive. All right. And how to set a goal, how to set a goal with clarity so that I'm able to reach that destination. So the why is the anchor that is going to teach you, make you understand where you started from, what are your roots, and you don't forget that inner feeling. All right, that is the anchor. The second one, which is basically nothing but a lighthouse. Imagine you're in a ship, you're in the sea, you have absolute know which direction to go. The lighthouse is what is going to help you, right? So you see the lighthouse and you steer your ship towards that direction. But imagine you have the ship, you are in the sea, you see the lighthouse, but you don't have the fuel, you don't have the drive, you don't have the passion or the purpose. You don't reach the goal though you see them. That's exactly why it is important to have the anchor or the why in your life. All right, so but before we move there, let me tell you a quick brief introduction about me. My name is Milan Matthew. I'm basically born and brought up in Bangalore, but my roots are from Kerala. When I was a child, I was obese, I was fat. So my parents decided a really clever, interesting thing. What? They made me join a dance class. Now, because they did that, today I'm a Bharatanatyam dancer as well. So that has been my first stint of being physically active, and I loved it. And from then on, I've always been physically active. I've played for Karnataka twice in basketball as well. So being into sports, team games, physically active, dancing, choreographing is always been in me. But fitness or getting into a fitness industry was never in my, you never plan to get into a fitness industry, right? At least 18 years back, that is not something that you would have done. So my then girlfriend introduced me to fitness. She told me to get the certification done. She nagged me, she convinced me, and I did it, and I loved it. And 18 years gone, and I still don't regret that. So in the last 18 years in this industry, I've done quite a lot of things in terms of worn different hats. I've been a personal trainer, I've been a group exercise instructor, I've been a manager, I've been a trainer's trainer, master trainer for TRX, master trainer for disc, fitness entrepreneur, and the journey has been, it's really amazing. And here I am today. I'm here today talking to you guys because my mission is very clear. My mission is to train, coach, and create success stories. My goal in life is to inspire people through what I do and through what I don't do as well. Right. So that's a pretty quick introduction about me. Moving to the most important topic of these 5 days: power of why. Right. Look at this diagram. There are three circles, and this framework is actually inspired by a book by the name Start With Why. The author's name is Simon Sinek. And guys, if you haven't read this book, I would highly, highly recommend you to read this, because this book has changed my life. The way I look at it, the way it really re-engineered everything that is there within me. So I strongly suggest you. In fact, I will put a link of this book in the WhatsApp group so that you guys can just go buy them, grab it. Or if you don't want to buy the book, if you're not a good reader, at least get an audio book, listen to that, listen to the summary. I don't know what you do, but get this book. All right, it's called Start With Why. So what he tells in this framework is, so draw the three circles. The first circle is about what, the second circle is how, and the inner circle or the third circle is why. Now, at any point of time when we set a goal, or at any point of time when we do marketing, or showcase any product, or like I said, setting a goal itself, we always go from outside to inside. We always think what I want to achieve. Then we think, okay, this is what I want to achieve. How do I achieve that? And invariably, most of the times we stop at that. I want to lose weight. Yes, I know that is what. All right. How do I lose weight? Exercise, dieting, connecting with some professional mentor, helping me to lose weight. We pretty much stop at that. We don't go deeper and understand why is that I want to do that. Okay. Now, whatever I'm going to speak is all scientific, and I will show you how and why this is important to understand how the the layering is important. All right. So what the Simon Sinek, or what this theory, the framework basically speaks about is, you need to start thinking from inside out. You need to understand first why I want to do that. Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to lose your belly fat? Ask yourself why, and not just why, and you stop at the surface, which I will teach you in the next 2 or 3 slides. But understand, you start with why always, then go to how, and then go to what. Because what is all about results, how is a process, and why is the motivation. Now tell me what works if there is no motivation. Nothing works. No great results, no great process is going to help you to push your ass if you don't have the right motivation. Okay. Now it's getting interesting here. Imagine your brain, the two hemispheres, you dissect them into two halves and watch them. This is exactly what is going to look from inside. Okay. The outer layer of the brain is called the neocortex. Now, this part of the brain is very, very rational. This is the part of the brain that thinks about analytics, numbers, spacing, language. How do I reason? When you think about a reason, that's a part of the brain that's actually working for you. Now, when you start getting deeper into the brain, there is something called a limbic system, which is what speaks about how and why. And this is the segment that speaks about emotion, memories, something that drives your behavior or your gut feeling. Right, guys? I'm sure you guys would have experienced this, that uh, you got a job, right? Let's imagine somebody offered you a great job, somebody offered you a job with high paying package, and then you get into the office on day one. You go there, you don't enjoy the place, you come back and say, money is not going to help me, but I'm not enjoying that place. Do we have a reason for that? No, it's just a gut feeling that you get, right? So that is, all those things are being worked in this limbic system, and which is why it is extremely important. No matter big money, no matter big office, if I'm not enjoying that place, if I don't like that place, if I don't feel that I belong to that place, those are all emotions, those are all feelings. I don't perform, or I quit from that place. All right. So this is very important for us to understand how our brain works. Outer layer is about neocortex. It's rational, logical, straightforward. All right. Inside, limbic system is all about emotion. It's about how I do that, why I do that. So if you look at this framework, that's exactly what it has been dissected. There is a what, which is outside, and as you go deeper, it is about how and why. Now, why am I speaking so much about this is because when you start speaking about of setting a goal from outside inside, so let's take an example. Since we all of us are here to lose weight, the first one is what? I want to lose weight. Great. All right. Now the second question that you ask is how? I'm going to do that by exercising or dieting. Right. Now the third one is why I don't want to lose. Most of us don't reach there, but let's imagine I'm pushing you to reach there. So you might say, I want to look good and feel confident. Awesome. So all those three checkpoints are done. But when you make a statement, we call this a why statement. When you're making the why statement, this is how it's going to read, right? I want to lose weight by exercising or dieting because I want to look good and feel confident. It meets all the criteria. It has what, how, and why. But it doesn't have that power because it is not in the right format how our human brain understands. All right. Now let's reverse the whole thing. Let's go from inside out. Same examples. I want to look good and feel confident. That is why. Then there is a how. Then there is a what. All right. Now let's form the statement. Let's form the statement and understand from a different point of view. It says, I want to look good and feel confident, for which I need to exercise or diet and lose weight. When you look at these two sentences, it may not be a big deal for a rational mind, but a mind is a beast, and that beast is emotional. All right, it understands the reasons why we are doing that. So which is why whenever you're forming any kind of why statement, always go from why to what, go from inside to outside. And as I said, these are all scientific things that I'm speaking here. These are the things that they've experimented with people, and it has made a huge difference. I'm going to give you more examples. So now you understood why is it so important to have why. And this is not just words. This is how our brains are wired. All right. So the next question is, how do I know what is my why? Simple. It's how do I define it? It's simple. You need to ask 3 times. All right. Ask yourself the question why minimum 3 times. If you're going to ask more, well and good, but at least 3 times you need to ask the question why. Now, the question is, why do I want to lose weight? Or why do you want to lose weight? Then the answer is, I want to lose weight because I want to feel lighter. Now, the next question, why do you want to feel lighter? I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna say I want to feel lighter so that when I play with my kid, I'm gonna feel good. Why do you want to feel good when you're playing with a kid? I want to feel good and playing with a kid so that I'm going to be a great role model for my son or role model for my daughter. I need to be healthy. I need to be eating healthy, showcasing him the right way or her the right way of doing things. So now you see that when you start dissecting your actual reason of losing weight, it's coming to a really emotional space, an emotional space where you want to be, as a father, as a mother, you want to be a role model for your kids. I mean, who doesn't want to be that, right? Okay. Now let's go back. Let's ask again. Why do you want to lose weight? I want to lose weight because I want to fit into a particular shirt that I love the most. Why do you want to fit into that particular shirt? I want to fit into that particular shirt because when I wear that shirt, I feel really young and I feel really good about myself. Now, why do you want to feel young or why do you want to feel good about yourself? Because when I feel young and when I feel good about myself, I feel like I think I respect myself more. People start respecting me more because my body language just changes when I'm wearing that particular shirt because I love that shirt. All right. So when you start getting deeper, when you start getting inside, you start understanding the emotional reason of why you want to lose weight. Guys, this is really important and this is extremely powerful. It's very simple to do. You need to ask, dissect, start getting deeper, start getting inside. Why? A minimum of 3 why is recommended. If you're going to go more than 3, awesome. You're going to go really deep. You're really going to understand. Now, I know these are all words, these are all being spoken. Now, I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to tell you a true story of one of the client, and you will really understand the importance of this. But read this before that. Mind doesn't buy what you do. Your mind buys why you do what you do. Like I said, your mind is a beast. It can do such amazing things, right? But it's an emotional beast. You got to feed the mind what the mind requires. What the mind requires is emotion in terms of the actual purpose. Why do you want to do that kind of a thing, right? So mind doesn't buy what you do, but mind buys why you do. The story which I said. So now you know why is it so important to have the purpose. You know how to find your why, asking minimum of 3 whys. Now, once I get that, how am I going to anchor it? How am I going to make it a really a strength for me? How am I going to make that a driving force for me to reach my goal or reach my destination? This is going to be really clearly explained to you with this simple story. Okay. uh, there was this particular, let's call him, for namesake, let's call him Arjun. Okay. So there was this particular client by name Arjun. So one weekend, Arjun, his wife, and his two kids, both the son, one is 5 years old and the other son is 2 years old, they went for dinner. So when they came back home and they came back to their apartment, they parked their car in the basement, all happy, really good. The second son is sleeping, and they're walking towards the elevator, and that's when they realize the elevator is not working. And guess what? They stay on the 15th floor of that apartment. 15th floor of that apartment. Okay. Now it's night. There's nobody else to help. So the only option, the only go is climb the stairs. Now, what's the challenge there? The challenge there is his son, who is just 2 years old, is sleeping and is sleeping on his shoulder. Now he has to climb the stairs. No big deal, right? So they start climbing. Floor one done, floor two done, floor three. It started hurting. By the time he reached floor four, he was like, I cannot do this anymore. My back is hurting. My hands are hurting. I cannot climb this. So he was forced to wake his son up. Just 2 year old kid, he was forced to wake his son up. He had to make his son climb the remaining floors till he reached the 15th floor. Can you imagine a father or a parent, for that matter, waking up a 2 year old kid and making that person walk the entire flights till 15th floor just because he or she couldn't carry that kid upstairs? And that really broke him. That really broke Arjun. Arjun was obese, Arjun was fat. And before this incident, there's so many times he tried all those diets, he's joined health clubs, he's done a lot of things, but he never succeeded. He used to go for a month, 2 months, like 6 months maybe, and then he gets back to what he was before. Now he made a decision again. I will never ever go through this pain. I will never ever do this. I will never ever make my son go through this again. And that was such a strong emotional feeling, or an emotional why, that it stayed really strong with him. Once he's done that, he joined one of our sessions in the Republic of Fitness, and it was amazing to see the kind of journey that he had. He lost weight, he got fitter, he got stronger, he joined a health club, he's running marathon, and trust me, he can grab his son right now and climb all the 15 floors, and he would still smile after that. So the whole story, the reason I'm saying, is because this is a really powerful story. If you understand how he was able to lose weight, he was able to find his why. And what is his why? That he let his son down, that he had to make a 2 year old kid walk all the stairs, right? And there was no going back. At any point of time, Arjun felt like giving up, this particular incident would come back to him. And that is how we need to implant the why into us. If I want to lose weight, to look good, to feel proud about myself, make my son proud, or make myself a good role model, friend of my kids or parents or friends or community, make sure whatever your why is, really strong, get deeper, understand the reason. And in fact, I think you should go one more step ahead. You need to write your sorry, you need to write a why statement, and then place it in a place where you see that. Maybe when you wake up, maybe on the wall. Maybe when you go into the bathroom, maybe you're going to the washroom, and when you're sitting there doing nothing, maybe pin it or drop it, or take a printout and keep it on the back of the door. I don't know what you want to do, but just go crazy. Create a why statement. In fact, we will be sharing a template with you to create a why statement. All right. So that's awesome, right? So you will receive it in your inbox. Now you have no excuses. I don't know how to create my why statement. It's in your inbox. All right. So that is how easy we are making it for you. All we want you to do is sit down, spend some time with you, because this is all about you. You have invested these 5 days for you. All right. So make sure you make the best out of it. So this is the importance of why. This is why is the anchor, because every time anything goes wrong, you go back to that, you charge yourself up, you wake up, and then you run towards your lighthouse. All right. So a quick recap. Why is it a thing? The power of why. Always go from why, how, and what, because that's how our brain works. That's how our brain, or that's how our brain is. So don't challenge them. Don't challenge it, right? The next one is define your why. Minimum of 3 whys. You're going to ask yourself minimum of 3 why. If you can go more than 3, great. All right. So minimum of 3. The last one is anchor your why. Hold on to that why really strong. Once you find that why, grab onto it, hug it as tight as you can. Don't let it go, because that is what is going to be the fuel and the drive. Okay. So that's the end of our segment 1, which is finding your why, or the power of why. The second one is goals. Now, read the statement really carefully. People are not lazy. They simply have important goals, that is, goals that do not inspire them. This is by none other than Tony Robbins, and he's one of the best self-development coach, or the self-development guru that's there on this planet right now. And this is the quote. Now, when I read this quote, I felt it's really powerful. Why? Because there are two things really stands out, and those two things are important goals and do not inspire them. Now, guys, imagine you hit a gym, or you start having a journey to lose weight. You have no why. So what you do, you wake up, you go to the health club, you eat right, come back home, go to the health club, eat right, come back home. That's so boring, right? It's There's no inspiration out of it. So when there's no inspiration, when it doesn't inspire you, your goal is important. You don't reach your goal. It's as simple as that, right? So people are not lazy. People are intelligent. It's just that they need to make sure they have the goal which inspires them, and no matter what, you will reach that goal. All right. And like I said, goal is nothing but a lighthouse. It is that little shining star that is there towards the end. It is that destination that you want to reach. That is your lighthouse, right? So when you're setting a goal, let's imagine you're going to set a 12-month goal. And in 12 months, just say you want to lose 12 kgs. Okay. So 12 kgs in 12 months is my destination. I've set that goal. Now listen to this carefully. Once you set that goal, forget about that goal. Do not think about your 12-month goal. That is a long-term goal. Do not think about it. What I want you to do is divide that 12 kgs into 12 months, which basically means you need to lose 1 kg per month. Now divide that 1 kg into 4 weeks. Divide that 4 weeks into 7 days. So you have a goal that you need to reach or achieve or target or to do checklist every day. All right. Now you need to be like a horse. You got to cover yourself. You don't look anything else. All you're going to look is one thing at a time. All you're going to look is one day at a time. Look down, get your day, get your to do things done for that particular day. Well done. Go to the day 2, get that done. Well done. Go to day 3, get that done. Well done. And believe me, by the time it is 12-month, even before you realize, even without you realizing, you would have hit your 12-month goal, because you didn't stress yourself thinking, oh my God, how am I gonna do that 12 kgs? Or oh my, or I'm gonna like, okay, it's 12 months to go, I will start from next month. That's procrastination, right? Now, how does procrastination start? Because your mind fails to see what is far away. Okay, listen to this. Your mind fails to see what is far away. Your mind is going to see only that is immediate. Okay, let me give you a great example. Imagine you have a project work that has to be submitted within 60 days. 60 days, you have 60 days to finish your project. Most of us will start the project on the 58th day. Or I'm sure there will be some real superheroes who will start on the 59th night, and they're going to do a all-nighter, get it done, and go submit on the 60th day. Why do we do that? We knew we have 60 days. We knew we have to submit it on the 60th day, but we still wait for the 50th, 59th day or the 59th night to do that, right? Because it's the same logic. Your mind cannot see what is 60 days ahead. What your mind can see is what is today. Your mind may be able to see what is tomorrow, or whatever is immediate. So which is why when you start reaching or inching towards the deadline of a project, you start getting more aware. You start doing, hey, listen, I need to do that. At that particular moment, you're able to tell no to your friends, I cannot party. You're able to tell no to your friends, no, I cannot come for the movie, because you are inching towards that, and your mind can see that. Your mind is always reminding you that, right? So we're going to fake your mind. We're going to trick your mind when you start chunking it. This is called chunking. So 12 month goal, you're going to divide into 12 1 month, you're going to divide that into 4 weeks, 7 days, and what you're going to do per day. So that's called chunking. You have small chunks, you do that, you celebrate that. You go for the next chunk, you do that, you celebrate that, and inch by inch you will reach there. How many of you drive a car here? Let's say you don't drive a car, and I'm sure you would have sat at least on the co-passenger seat, right? Now, if you're driving the car, this is a beautiful example for you to understand. You have a destination to reach. That's your lighthouse. That's what you want to lose weight. So you sit in your car. Let's say for namesake, let's say you want to reach Brigade Road. Wherever you're staying, you need to reach from wherever you're staying to Brigade Road. You don't know the route. You have absolutely no clue. So you're going to put the Google map. You're going to type in Brigade Road. It's going to say, hey, listen, it's another 5 kilometers from here. This is the direction that you need to take. Okay. So now you see a lighthouse that's on the Google map. But do you see when you sit in the car? Do you see Brigade Road when you sit in the car? No, you don't. Right. What do? You move ahead because all you can see is 100 meters ahead. You can't see anything what's beyond that. You see 100 meters ahead. It's only when you start inching towards the end of 100 meters, you see the next 100 meters ahead, right? So every meter you cross, there's another meter that is unfolding in front of you. So that is how meter by meter, inch by inch, you reach your destination. You reach a lighthouse, you reach a Brigade Road. That's exactly that is called chunking. So you're not stressing yourself that I need to drive 5 kilometers. What you're thinking is, I just have to go this 100 meters. And when you're done with that, I just need to go the next 100 meters. It's gonna be easy for me to focus. It's gonna be easy for me to enjoy my whole journey that I'm gonna reach there. All right. So that's the importance of uh, chunking, or maybe 100 meters, whatever you want to call it. Now, how to set goals. This is another powerful slide. This is I think this is the last slide. So listen to this, how to set goals. I'm going to keep it very simple for you. Keep it simple. All right. Whenever you're setting a goal, do not set a goal that's overwhelming. Be realistic about that. Understand the realities of life. You cannot say, I'm going to wake up today. From today onwards, I'm going to work out every single day. From today onwards, every meal, I'm going to be very clear, very strict. I'm going to eat only healthy. I'm going to say no to all the junks that I've been eating for the last 30 years, 40 years. Is that possible, guys? Realistically, no. And that's not how we create simple goals. Do not create anything that is overwhelming, because you don't sustain, you lose hope because you're not able to do that. So make it simple, keep it simple, keep it something that is not intimidating. Keep it challenging, but not overwhelming. All right, that is simple. The second thing that you need to remember is make sure it is segmental. I just explained to you, segmental is nothing but we have a larger process. You divide that into smaller groups, or you need to chunk it up. Make it small, focus on that small, smash that goal, go to the next one, focus on goal, smash that, go to the next one. And that's called segmental. The third one is sequential. Now, whenever you introduce anything, make sure you're introducing it in the right order. All right. Since we're speaking about health and fitness, let me give an example. If you're going to hit the health club, or if you want to start your workout, you don't directly jump into the machine. You don't directly go to the big weights, right? You're going to warm yourself up. You're going to do the light weights, and then you're going to slowly progress to the heavier weights. Isn't that right? So because that is the right way. If you go straight away and lift the heavy ones, you're going to get injuries, right? It's the same thing with the goal. Make sure it's sequential, make sure it's realistic, make sure it's chunked up, and that is how it's going to help you. So those are the three things. The fourth one is strategic. Now, how am I going to achieve my goal strategically? Now, say for example, in the next session, I'll be speaking something called a keystone habit. Okay. Now, what happens is, if you read the statement, it says addresses the biggest thing that's preventing your progress right now. Something that is stopping you, something that is not letting you move forward. All right. So it could be there is that one thing that if you change that one thing, everything else starts changing. All right. Maybe you just need to sit down and figure out what is that one thing that if I change, that one big thing, that is called the keystone habit. If I change that keystone habit, everything else starts moving, everything else starts falling into place, and it makes my process easier. So that is what we call the strategic move. So if there's something that is stopping you, sit down, analyze what is stopping you, and see how you can change that if that is a keystone? Or how do I chunk it? How do I segmentalize it? If something is stopping me big, I'm not able to plan my food, for example. Now, how do I do that? Now, that is something which you can do segmental. I'm going to write down before I go for shopping, so that when I go there, it becomes easier for me. I'm not stressed. I'm not overwhelmed that did I buy this? Did I miss that out? So everything is very clear, right? So that is one of the strategic way of doing. So there are so many ways that you can strategically plan your big thing that is stopping you from moving. And the last one, support. All right. Accomplishing by support, mentorship, and accountability. I told you I've been in this industry for the last 18 years. In fact, Pratik has also been in this industry for the last 18 years. And, we have done pretty much everything that is there in this fitness industry. We still have a mentor. We still have somebody who holds us accountable. We still have groups of people who support us, because guys, you never reach there. It is always a journey. So, and the reason why we need somebody to hold you accountable, somebody to support you, and somebody to mentor you is because that's the only way you're able to push your threshold more than that you could. And which is why a support system is really important. And that is also the reason our fourth pillar is community support. Without support, it everything falls down. We are social animals. We like people around us. We like support. We like people telling us, hey, well done. I mean, to say well done, you need somebody around you, right? Somebody who inspires you. So, which is why support is so accompanied by support, mentorship, and accountability. So, these are the 5 ways that you can easily you can create a goal. At least you get clarity in terms of what kind of goal, or how do I achieve, how do I do that. Okay, so you set your why is strong. Now we have a lighthouse. All you need to do is start the engine. As simple as that. All right, so that brings us to the end of this session. I hope this was helpful to you guys. Regarding the goals as well, we will be sending you a template how to set your goal. All right, we're taking away all the pain that is in front of you. We are removing all these obstacles so that you're easily and effortlessly do things. So sit down, invest time, understand what is your why, and fill the template up. Sit down, understand what is your goal, and fill the template up. All right, so that is the power of why, which is your anchor, and that is how you set your goals, and that is your lighthouse. These are the two important words that you need to remember: anchor and the lighthouse. All right, so just to quickly recap: important goal versus inspiring goals. It's self-explanatory, right? Whatever you're setting your goal, if your why is strong, it's always inspiring. Like Arjun's story, I mean, he can never say no if that story comes back to him. If he will never miss a workout if that story comes to his mind. He is never gonna give up if that story comes to his mind, and that inspires him to keep going, right? So that is the first one. The second is a lighthouse. Set the big goal, understand the big goal, and then forget about that, because you're going to chunk it, you're going to make it smaller, and you're going to focus only on the small chunks, so that one by one, inch by inch, bite by bite, you're going to reach there. All right, that's a lighthouse. The next one is something, a guideline that is going to help you set your goals. Keep it simple. Don't overwhelm yourself. Make it segmental. Chunk it, make it small segment, make it sequential. Make sure the order of how you're planning is right. Strategic: if there's something that is stopping you, stop, listen, understand what is stopping me. All right, and figure out how do you tweak that. Is it a keystone habit that's a big one that I need to change so everything else falls into place, or do I take that obstacle and chunk it down again, make it smaller so it becomes effortless? And then support it. Get your community, your friends. We are here with you to support and help you. All right, so as I said, that gets to the end of this topic. Thank you so much for listening to this. I hope I was able to add value. Do listen to this video again if you want to get more clarity, and if you're not clear on the first go. This is worth the time. You need to invest this time in yourself. uh, Anything that is invested on you is always worth, because if you are happy, everything else is happy. If you are happy, people around you are happy. All right, so thank you guys, thank you so much for this time, and wait for the next session. Awesome, thank you, bye.